Aliona Kostornaia was one of the strongest skaters of narrative.It. She was praised for artistic movement and flawless skating ability, and her triple axel was always executed beautifully. During the era of the 3A, Alexandra Trusova, Anna Shcherbakova and Aliona, on the podium placement, Aliona always was placed first, outcompeting the two girls with the quads. That's what made her so special, is that she didn't have any quads and outcompeted the girls that actually did have them. That's because her stability was always noted and she scored very highly for artistry. The sport was moving forward to the direction of quads and Aliona tried to learn them, but her fear got the best of her because she was afraid of falling on the quads. They were very risky. She tried many times, and that led to disasters, all these attempts, broken bones, injuries. narrative.It wanted all her girls to skate quads and pressured Aliona and threatening her that she will leave the academy if she didn't learn them. Aliona refused to learn them and narrative thought she was lazy for not wanting to do it. So as Alexandra Trusova transitioned to Plishenka, Aliona followed too, because her coach Ruzanov was taking position at the academy. 2 of the 3A left, hoping they would produce better results. But the one narrative girl left, Anna, placed first in every podium placement at every competition. And this was the Olympic year. So Alexandra Trusova, Aliona Kostornaia both returned knowing that their Olympic chances were with narrative. As Aliona continued attempting those jumps in practice, she landed incorrectly and breaks her hand, and she's in the cast. The Russian nationals were a month away, and this competition determined who the 3 would be to go to the Olympics. So the timing of Aliona's injury was very inconvenient. She tried to do a few moves but did not jump. narrative pushed her for attempting those jumps in the cast. So Aliona was somewhat prepared to go and compete. Aliona refused. Working meant she feared being injured again and further. narrative viewed this as a dismissal and told Aliona that the academy does not need broken skaters. Pack your things and go. And so Aliona left, injured and with no Olympics. And this was the end of her singles era. She always wanted to skate for a long time. So at the back of her head, she understood that she can always go to pairs because she fit into the parameters and would love to try it because she did it for shows and she thought maybe she'll have a go. This is where she met her first lover, boyfriend, and future husband, Gosha. In reality, pair skating is so much difficult compared to singles. Both Aliona and Gosha trained in singles, so they needed to learn how to trust each other, timing of skating together, and this process is long, tedious, and not sudden. It takes years to develop pair skating, and Aliona and Gosha both needed time to adjust. At the start of it was very difficult. Aliona was used to getting things done quickly and executing well, but there was far more mistakes than progression. Their first competition they competed was inconsistent in this season. Many falls, many disappointments. They placed just below top 10 in every competition domestically. And the reason why Aliona fell in love with pairs is because during the show performances, she did a couple of pairs lifts with her partner Gosha at the time, and they worked very well together. And so they decided to pair for competition, as well as working in shows for extra income. Aliona believed her and Gosha, after a few years of skating, will be able to make it to the top 5 and have a chance to compete at the Olympics again because she did miss out the window for singles and hopes she can repair that with pairs. Just as their skating developed and they became more consistent, a couple months after the wedding, Aliona and Gosha announced on their social media that they will have a baby. Aliona showed her baby bump and even did a baby shower revealing the gender of her baby boy. And this suddenly made sense to fans of why they took such a long break this year, having not competed in competitions. And it's not due to injury, but that Aliona was pregnant. However, Aliona continued training, and she still performed in shows while pregnant, doing lifts and jumps. She wanted to maintain her skills in skating and for her progression not to be lost. But the pause might be difficult in ways for them to still maintain timing, certain lifts and difficult jumps. Aliona suggested that Gosha should still compete in the competitions, but replace her with another girl. That way, Gosha still was able to practice his skills and continue skating. Aliona did admit she felt jealousy, especially when things were going smoothly, but she understood that this was done with good intentions. She continued to be present in all their trainings, shouting corrections at them if needed. She respects the other girls for stepping in because she is very similar to Aliona in size and has similar movement quality, so make it much more easier for Gosha to be able to still practice his moves. Remember that pair skating is very much competitive in Russian figure skating, and if the goal is to be in top 5 domestically, then they need to work very hard, and taking breaks and long periods like pregnancy will damage their progression. Aliona continued to train even during the late months of pregnancy. After giving birth, in less than 2 weeks, she was back on ice jumping. And this just shows that her form is not lost. And with permission from doctors, she continued to keep in shape, not losing her skating ability. She also shortly after returned to ice shows, performing. Many were shocked to see that Kostornaia was back in full routine. Many people think that it's very dangerous, that she's on ice risking her health, but Aliona seems to be thriving and ignoring the haters. She named her son Dmitry, and she made a remark that skaters can fully return even after stepping away for a while. Roughly the same time, a couple months before Kostornaia gave birth, one of the 3 A's, Alexandra Trusova, gave birth to her son Misha. Since then, the timelines are very close, and fans hope that 2 of the sons are friends. Sasha really hopes that the 2 actually are friends because both the mums skate at the same shows, they see each other regularly, so if they weren't even friends, they would just have to make friends because they'll see each other so often. It's really just so cute to see them all together and coming about and seeing that the new generation is really growing up, and the 3A that we really love are all maturing, becoming parents, giving birth, and we'll see what Anna Shcherbakova maybe be the next person to do this. Kostornaia, following through, rebuilt herself after motherhood. She began gradually, and many ice shows was part of her conditioning and recovery, helping her to gain stability and awareness, which helped her to restore skating without the full competitive pressure. At the same time, she said it felt very difficult to deal with the timing. She had disorientation, but with as much proactivity, she's getting there. As for competition, her coaches confirmed that Aliona and Gosha are planning to compete this season and make a comeback to competition, but with realistic expectation and not immediate pressure for results. Everything needs to be done accordingly, requiring patience. With that said, it feels like Kostornaia really loves to do things very quickly and fast, and this rapidness might not lead to the very best outcome, especially if it's to deal with physical strain on her body. Think about this, Aliona was training during pregnancy. She then gave birth and not long started going back on ice jumping, continuing training. Within a month, she was back on ice shows and had declared that she was ready to compete this season. And this is just so crazy and so far-fetched. Practically right now, Aliona does not have any injuries or any physical strain, so hopefully it will stay this way and nothing will happen badly. In the same year, Channel 4 had helped merge the 3A again, because since then, the 3A never really appeared after they finished their careers in singles, specifically Anna, Sasha, and Aliona. And that was after the Olympics in 2022. Since then, they never really met up, even though they had a really strong friendship. But with the help of Channel 4, they really merged together. Aliona, Alexandra, Anna, they were team captains for the Channel 1 Cup. And this brought a lot of rating, nostalgia, and many fans loved it. Their appearances together kind of brought in closure and this childhood chapter ending and opening up a new adult one. They are all mature, there's no rivalry, just friends and a shared history. With this resolved, it highlights that Channel 1 are pushing the 3A and narrative again for mostly ratings and to strengthen figure skating. The 3A are now competing in similar projects, and the major one that is highlighted this month that they are in the same project is the Ice Age. It's like Dancing with the Stars but on ice. Professional skaters paired with a celebrity, and then they perform each week to a theme. What makes this season of Ice Age very interesting is that there is a lot of stars included, and all the professional skaters are all females, which is very particular because in previous seasons it was always more male dominated in terms of the professional side, and maybe a couple of female skaters, but mainly the males because they can do lifts, they could expand more. But this season, to make the field an even play, they only included female professionals paired with male celebrities. And this again is probably to spark some rivalry and mainly to attempt the 3A. But there are obviously other skaters competing. Yevgenia Medvedeva will be in the jury panel, and Alina Zagitova would be the host. And that is another rivalry that is highlighted, but again, their conflict is resolved, and so Channel 4 is kind of bringing them all together. All the stars are pretty much there, making it very interesting, mostly for ratings, but fans absolutely love it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video breakdown. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe, comment down below. And once the new Ice Age is all out, I will be doing a recap and a full video explanation. If you would like to see that, please comment down below.